It's your boy, Neil Legend, and we back with another edition of I Got What It Takes. So, have an interview for you, and this is a long time waiting. But first, I want to introduce my guest today. That's sitting to the right of me. It's also my brother, also doing this thing, and I'm going to let him take the floor.
Yo, what's going on, y'all? This is Vince. I'm Neil's older brother, and hopefully this interview go good.
Cool. So, along with his introduction, I want to know, and they also want to know, if they can follow you, they can find you, where can we reach you at?
All right, easiest way to get in contact with me on Instagram is _. That's VDODUN_. And all my other social media profiles are linked to my Instagram. So go to Instagram, hit follow, hit the link in the bio, and you'll get the rest of my social media profiles.
Got you. So look, we're about to go ahead and get into it. I'm just going to ask them a question. Y'all been asking this. This is high demand. So I'm just going to get right into it. So the question of today is on your path to greatness, what is it that you've been doing, that you've been applying to your life that you didn't do at a young age that is working for you now?
Oh man, that's heavy. You hit me with the heavy one, huh?
Hey, it's heavy, man.
All right, so what have I been doing that I wasn't doing when I was younger? That's getting me closer to where I want to be, and I think that would be eliminating all of the dead weight. I think that would be the best answer I can go.
Wow.
Yeah, and what I mean by that is, when I was younger, when I was on my hustle, quote unquote, and I was trying to just do whatever, I was always trying to bring other people with me.
Yep.
I was always telling other people, hey, you got to do this, you got to do this. Hey, I'm trying to do this. Come with me. Come do this with me. But then you realize that everybody ain't in the same space as you, mentally or physically or spiritually. And by you stopping to turn around to bring them with you, you're actually slowing up or stopping your own progress. Facts. And so what I started doing consciously was I started eliminating a lot of those people out of my life. And I noticed that once I stopped paying attention to other people, even though I'm still not where I want to be, my progression, my progress is actually picked up a little bit.
And so, to piggyback off exactly what you just said, I live by this one quote that says, everybody can come with you, but everybody can't go with you. I think that just sums it up with what you just said. But along with that, what is a quote that you live by? Because I'm always on your Instagram, I'm on your platform, and I see you always put up these laws, and I watch it. I love the laws, but what are like one or two laws that is like ideal to your life?
Well, first off, how have you gotten the book? Because those laws that I'm posting, those are more so just the titles.
Gotcha.
So if you go read the book, then there's a story that actually comes with it.
Gotcha.
Now I can't give you one that I like out of that book because I'm still reading it. But one quote that I can give you that I do live by in general comes from one of your boys, Les Brown.
Gotcha. And
he's quoted as saying, "You don't have to be great to get started, but you have to get started to be great."
Facts.
So that's actually on my Instagram.
Gotcha.
So I try and live by that mantra that I'm not gonna wake up tomorrow and have $1 million in my bank account. But if I wake up tomorrow and I go make $10, then next week I might make $100, and then next year I might have that $1 million.
Gotcha.
So I just try and keep myself focused, and if I'm not doing something, then I need to be doing something.
Gotcha.
So if I'm not eating, if I'm not sleeping, if I'm not taking a shower, I need to be doing something that's geared towards setting up my future.
Gotcha. So, with that, you giving me a whole lot of golden nuggets right now that I can apply to my life. And anybody can apply this knowledge. But one of the problems, a lot of people, they say that this person is not solidified. They haven't put their stamp in the coach or whatever that they was doing. Just give us a little background about your life. Like, where were you 10 years ago? And where are you now? And just let them see the process of your life, and just Take a swing at it.
So basically, you got your brother on this interview. You asking all these personal questions is what you're saying, huh? I'm thinking we're gonna be loose, just joking around and whatnot. You getting all spiritual and astrological and all that.
What else you want from me, man?
All right, so I think you just trying to see what I'm doing so you can copy my style.
That's part of it. That's part of it. You know, he's doing good out here in these streets, and I'm just trying to mimic. I'm trying to leverage off the older brother.
So 10 years ago,
yes.
I was 26 years old. I was in Hawaii. I think I was in Hawaii, about to get stationed in Tennessee. And we both know how Tennessee went.
Yeah, we both know.
But let's see. It's funny though, because I was in the military and I actually wanted to get out the military when I was in Hawaii. And I was supposed to stay there for a year longer than what I actually did. And I told myself I was going to get out the military from Hawaii and I was going to go to college and I was going to go from there. But when the Army told me I was going to Tennessee, I didn't want to go. And I had the option to get out the military.
Got you.
But mentally, physically, I wasn't ready to get out the military. So I sucked it up, like we say in the military, and I went on and I went to Tennessee. But getting back to answer your question, back at 26, I was doing nothing but partying. I was it was Hawaii.
I remember some of them stories. We that's not for camera, but remember a few of them.
I was solo dolo. I was in Hawaii. I didn't have no responsibilities other than myself. I was in Hawaii, and it was a good time. And it's funny how karma, how fate kind of gets in the way, because the first 6 months when I was in Hawaii, it was pretty much all I was doing was playing basketball and partying. And that's probably the nicest way I could put it all there. I was playing basketball, I was partying. And at about 4 or 5 months into my stay in Hawaii, I woke up one morning, I was like, yo, I got to do something more than this. The partying, like, this is going to get over.
I think everybody coming to that crossroads, man.
Yeah,
everybody.
And what happened was I started making, and if you remember, when I was in Hawaii, that's when Grandma passed away on Mom's side. Yep. So when I flew in for the funeral, I actually went by the high school to pick up my old transcripts because I needed the transcripts to start taking college online. Okay. And it was like, as soon as I was getting my life straight, I was getting a little bit more after military focus. I was about to start going to school and all that. And then that's when the Army said, hey, we're going to snatch you away from paradise and we're going to send you back over here to Tennessee. And all that just kind of went out the window. But I'll admit, I got a little sidetracked those last couple of years, but that's the good thing about heartache. Pressure busts pipes. And if they don't bust pipes, they make diamonds. Yes. And what happened was I went through so much heartache, in Hawaii, in Tennessee, and my duty station after that. It's really the basis for a lot of my motivation right now. So whenever I do have those days to where things are looking bleak or I'm too tired, I kind of think back on my military days and I'm like, man, I could be in the Army right now, stressing life. And that's kind of what keeps me motivated. And not to be crazy negative, but I do got a lot of friends in the military and out the military who do hit me up every so often. And they're like, hey, Vince, like I see your social media, you're doing good, keep it going. You motivating me to do it. So they don't even know they motivate me when they see me, stuff like that. But for the most part, man, I'm just want to change the narrative, change the stereotype.
So you out the military right now and you're a real estate agent.
Yeah.
And how was that transition? And also, are you in a better space?
Okay, the transition from military to civilian, for me, it wasn't as bad. It was still rough. It still is rough. But I was a recruiter, which you already know, for 4 years when I was in the Army. And being a recruiter, it gives you that happy mix of military and civilian life. So recruiting duty actually kind of prepared me for civilian life. Now, if I had never been a recruiter, I honestly don't know if I'll survive coming out the military because it's
militant mindset.
It's that much. It's that much of a difference, and we can talk about that at another time.
Well, I just want to interject. Like, I don't know what his difference is, but me being his younger brother, like, this guy is anal, and I mean in a great way. Like 6 o'clock comes around in the morning, I'm still in the bed. He's getting me up out of this bed. Somehow I'm getting up out of this bed. Like, one of the jokes that we have is that, like, he used coasters. And he want me to put my drinks on coasters. And I'm like, we didn't grow up like this. But what I have figured out is that he's in the military. He made something out of his life. He's out of it. Like, there's a lot of things, a lot of cultures that he done went through, that he done walked through, and he have made it a part of his life, which made him a better person, made him to the person where he's sitting at today. So them little small things that I used to laugh at, like what he said in this scene, I'm actually taking them and applying them to my life. So, and I'm saying, yes, this way works too, and this way is easier. So I just wanted to interject and throw that in there.
He really gassing me up. He gassing me up.
I might be, but I don't.
But
think so.
to answer your question about where am I at in life right now, I've had a few people tell me that I'm happy compared to the way I was in the military, and I always say no, because happiness or being happy is a destination.
Gotcha.
And I'm not there yet. But I'm a lot more happier than when I was in the military.
Gotcha.
So I'm in a better place. I still struggle. I still have things I have to deal with, but I'm in a better place now than I was when I was still in the military.
Got you. All right, last question.
All right.
If this camera was a person and they were sitting here asking you for advice, and they was asking you, how can I get my life on track, and I can start enjoying all the things that life has to offer, what is a few tips, a little bit of advice that you would give to them?
Well, first off, Google and YouTube will teach you everything. So whatever it is that you want to do, you don't have to reinvent the wheel. Just Google it, YouTube it. Somebody has done it. Take what it is that they're doing, apply it to yourself, and just pretty much execute. And
Execute is key.
Another word of advice that most people probably heard all the time, and this is pretty legit. If you look on your social media, if you look in your day-to-day life, and if you take your 5 to 10 closest friends or closest people that you interact with, and if you look at what they're doing, that says a lot about yourself. So if you're trying to get from point A to point Z, and nobody wants to go past point B, then you need to get rid of all of those people and go find you some Z people. And my last word of advice, I can't remember who said this, but if you want to be $1 million person, then you need to go hang around some $5 million people.
Yes.
And I don't think that needs any explanation. But
not at all.
You know what I'm saying? So it's really just surrounding yourself around the people who will push and elevate you to be better. Yeah. And that's pretty much it.
That's right. And just to piggyback off that, I say when he was talking about the 5 people, the 10 people in your life, I say you are the average of them people. So whoever it is, like if everybody's sleeping until 12 or whatever, you are the average of them people. But if you are around $5 million people, you also the average of them. So man, I really do appreciate it. I really do appreciate you coming over here, man. This is big time. Is there anything else you want to leave with them? That's it?
No, I'm good. Just keep going. Just keep going. Yeah. It gets rough, but it happens. It's once you have the success, then you'll be able to appreciate the journey that much more. So it's easy to quit, and if everybody can do what you wanted to do, what you want to do, everybody would have done it. So
gotcha.
Go be different.
Yo, man, you have a few platforms like that you're starting yourself to, like, want to give a shout out? Like, I know one is under construction.
Well, and like I say, if you go to my Instagram, all of my social media platforms are attached to my bio. But I run a sports podcast with a few friends called Under Construction. And for those of you that live in the Charlotte, North Carolina area, it's basically about Charlotte sports and culture in the area. Sometimes we go out a little bit on like social issues and things on the national stage, but for the most part, as we figure things out, there are things centered to Charlotte, North Carolina. Again, I'm a real estate agent, so if you click on my page, you'll see my business info on there. And I run another page called Veterans of Charlotte. And essentially what veterans, please, definitely go follow that on Instagram, on Facebook, and on YouTube. And what Veterans of Charlotte is, it's essentially a collection of stories of veterans that once wore the uniform that are now living in Charlotte, making another life, making a new life. So if you're a veteran, or if you know someone who is a veteran that lives in the Charlotte, North Carolina area, reach out to me, veteransofcharlotte@gmail.com, or you can find me on Facebook or YouTube. And if you would like to do a video, if you like to send in a little small piece, just let me know.
Got you. Appreciate it, man.
All right.
Look, like I always say, I thank you. I appreciate you for watching. And like I always say again, I am a champion. You are a champion. We are champions.